Hello everyone, I'm Mia. 我是 Mia 老师. Welcome to today's Chinese class. Before we start today's class, let's answer a few warm-up questions. Okay, the first question. 今天 Wait. 今天几月几号？今天几月几号？ What's the date today? What's the date today? 今天几月几号 ？Today 今天几月几号 ？So we can see we use the 几 to make a question sentence. The 几 means how many or how much 几. So we use this we use the 几 to ask about the number. So the question is, what's the date today? 今天几月几号? So in Chinese, for the months, we use a 月. And so 1 year has 12 months, right? So in Chinese, we just add the number 1 to the number 12, add the 月 to express January to the December. Okay, and for the how, it's same. So there are 30 or 31 days in a month, right? So we just need to add the number 1 to number 31 and add the how to express the day. So for today is today, this month is October. October is the 10th month of the year, right? So we use the number 10, 10. So for the 月 is 10月. And for the how, today is the 10th day of a month. 10th day of a month. So the 10 in Chinese, 10. So today is 10月10号. So the question we can answer, 今天10月10号. Good. Okay, next one. What day of the week it is? 今天星期几? What day of the week is it? Okay, 今天 today. 星期几? Okay, 星期 means a week. 星期. And we also use 几 to ask this question, right? 几. So because when we answer this, because in Chinese when we express the day of the week, we use 星期 as the number. From the Monday to Saturday. From Monday to Saturday, we need to add the 星期 as the number 1 to number 6 to express Monday to Saturday. So in China, we think the Monday is the first day of the week, and the Saturday is the 6th day of the week. Okay, but the Sunday is a special one. Sunday we don't add the number 7 after the 星期. We add another one. We add the 日 or 天. So Sunday is 星期日 or 星期天. So what day of the week it is? 今天星期几? Today is Friday. Friday is the 5th day of a week. So it's 星期五. Today's date, 星期五. Okay, so next one. Next one is, what time is it now? What time is it now? What time? So do you know how to say it in Chinese? Now, 现在。现在 is now, 现在。几点？现在几点？现在几点？ So what time is it now? 现在几点？ So when we express the time, and for the hour, we use a 点. And for the minute, we use the 分. So if now it's 4点 is this one. If time is it now, if the time is 4:18, it's 4:18. In Chinese, we say 4点18分。4点18分。So we also just add a number before the 点 or before the 分。Okay, so the answer is we can add 现在。现在几点？现在4点18分。现在4点18分。Or sometimes we can omit it. Sometimes the 分 can be omitted. Just say 4点18 It's okay. Okay, now let's have a review. 今天几月几号？今天10月10号。今天星期几？今天星期五。现在几点？现在4点18分。现在4点18分。Okay, good. Okay, that's end of the warm-up questions. Continue. So last week we finished the lesson 4, right? Lesson 4. So let's first review the new words and the grammar points from that lesson. Let's see the new words first. Okay, read after me. The first one, 生日，生日，快乐，快乐。So happy birthday, we say 生日快乐，生日快乐。Happy birthday to you, 祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐。Happy birthday to you, 祝你生日快乐。给，接，So 接电话 answer the phone, 接电话，晚上。Good evening, 晚上好。Good evening, 晚上好。问，非常。Very extremely 非常 I'm extremely happy 非常高兴开始已经长 long 长两帮介绍Okay, this is the new words. Let's see the grammar points. So the first one is 是的。Is a structure 是的 is the aphoristic sentence pattern and which emphasizes the doer of the action. So when the occurrence of an action is known, so this structure can be used to emphasize the agent of the action. Okay, for example, and we can see let's see the basic structure first. So subject adds the 是 So we emphasis the agent of the action, right? So there is a the someone perform the verb, and add the verb as the. So this part is emphasis part. Is emphasis part. So for example, I bought this book. So we know the occurrence of action is known. I bought the book. I bought this book. So I can translate in Chinese. 我买了这本书。I bought 买了 this book。这本书 is a mirror word 本，这本书我买了这本书。So if I want to emphasize that I was the one who bought it, I was the one who bought it. So I can use this pattern. I can use put pattern and put the part you want to emphasize is the doer of the action is 我 and action is 买, right? I can put this part into this pattern. So let's see. So I can say, so now I need the object to I need the object to as the subject. 这本书 this book 是 okay, it's the emphasis part. 我 is the who, the verb 买的。这本书是我买的。So if you want to emphasize that I was the one who bought it, I can use this pattern. Put the part you want to emphasize. I want to emphasize the doers of the action, right? So we can put them in the middle of the sentence structure. 这本书是我买的。Okay, good. And the negative form, in the negative form, the 不 is added before the 是. The 不, the negative form. We just add the 不 before the 是. For example, this sentence, let's turn this sentence to the negative form. 这本书是我买的。And the negative form, 这本书不是我买的。这本书不是我买的。We add the 不 before the 是。Okay, so this is the emphatic sentence pattern 是的, and in this text, and we use this emphasis the doer of the action. Okay, continue. The second one. 的时候 it means the when to express time, and it can be followed by a timeline or a verb. So the first one, and we can add the timeline, we can add the numeral as a mirror, and to express time at 的时候 indicates the time. So for example, the 8 o'clock, the number 8 o'clock 8点. So we can get this 8点的时候 when it's 8 o'clock 8点的时候. And we also can it can serve as and we can also add the verb as a 的时候. It's like 睡觉 sleep. Indicates the time. The verb like sleep 睡觉的时候 when sleeping 睡觉的时候 when sleeping. So 8点的时候 or 睡觉的时候 it can serve as an adverbial phrases, so modifying an action or an entire sentence. We can use this to modify an action or an entire sentence. Okay, it's like 8点的时候，我8点的时候在睡觉。我8点的时候在睡觉。So 8点的时候 this adverbial phrases modifying an action 在睡觉。So I was sleeping when 8 o'clock 睡觉的时候 and the same as 睡觉的时候。Okay, so next one. So this is 的时候。So next one, the adverb of time 已经 the adverb of time 已经 is already. So it's an adverb, right? It's an adverb. So for the position, we put the adverb before the verb. So 已经 indicates that an action has been completed or having reached a certain degree. So for example, I have already gone to bed. 我已经睡觉了。我已经睡觉了。I have already gone to bed. 我已经睡觉了。I already know. 我已经知道了。No, 我已经知道了。我已经知道了。I have already gone to bed. 我已经睡觉了。I already know. 我已经知道了。So this is 已经。So we need to know the position of the 已经. We put the 已经 before the verb because the 已经 is the adverb of time. Okay, that's end of the grammar points. Okay, now let's begin our new lesson. Let's begin our new lesson, the lesson 5, 第5课 Lesson 5, 第5课 Remember D. 第5课 课 is lesson. 课 lesson. 第5课 the lesson 5, 第5课 Okay, let's see what grammar points we will learn today. Let's see that. Okay. The first one is the adverb 就 the adverb 就 is adverb 就 So which have many uses, but today we will learn just one. The 就 at the verb. 就 as a verb. So this structure 就 as a verb indicates a conclusion or a resolution made on the basis of what's been mentioned previously. So for example, so 就 as a verb and used to connect two sentences and show a conclusion or decision based on the previous situation. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that according to the situation in the first sentence, and then you make a decision or draw a conclusion. So then we can use 就 connects the two sentences to express a logical relationship. Okay, so for example, let's see the first sentence. 你不想去就 你不想去 Okay, let's see this one. 你不想去 and you don't want to go. 不想想 is want. 不想 you don't want. You want to go 去 you don't want to go. 你不想去 Okay, then. So the first clause 你不想去 is a situation. Is a situation, right? So based on that, we decide 在家休息rest 在家休息 stay home and rest. So this one 在家休息 rest 在家 stay home or at home 在家休息 So this is the decide we made and based on the first sentence and then we can add the 就 to express logical relationship. Okay, so 你不想去 you don't want to go 你不想去就在家休息吧 and then just rest at home rest at home. Okay, and there is a ba as end of the sentence makes it sounds like a suggestion or softer tone. So sometimes you want to give a suggestion and you want to let your sound like a softer tone and you can add the ba. 在家休息吧 and you just give someone a suggestion. Okay, continue. The next one, the next sentence. 这儿的咖啡不错。这儿的咖啡不错。Okay, the coffee here is very good. 这儿的咖啡不错 is very good, pretty good. So this is situation. 这儿的咖啡不错 is a situation, right? So based on that, we make a decision. We decide 喝咖啡 We decide drink coffee. Because the coffee here is pretty good, so we decide to drink coffee, right? Then we can add the 就喝咖啡吧。这儿的咖啡不错，就喝咖啡吧。So the premise is that we know that coffee here is good, so we decide to drink coffee. Okay. 不错 It's pretty good. 不错。So the final example is 就做你爱吃的鱼吧。就做你爱吃的鱼吧。It's to make fish you like to eat 就做你爱吃的鱼吧 So we know you like fish 鱼 We know you like fish So we decide to make fish 就做你爱吃的鱼吧 Because I know you like fish And then 就做你爱吃的鱼吧 So we decide to make the fish you really like. Okay, so this is 就 the 就 as the verb. Okay, so for example, if we go out to eat, and I know you like chambo. I know you like chambo, okay? I know you like chambo. So when ordering, I can say I can say 就吃 chambo 吧，就吃 chambo 吧。Okay, so if we go out to eat and I know you like chambo and we haven't decided to what we eat, so when ordering I can decide let's have chambo then 就吃 chambo 吧，就吃 chambo 吧。我知道 I know you like chambo， 我知道你喜欢 chambo， 就吃 chambo 吧，就吃 chambo 吧。Okay. For another example, if you go to the market and don't know what to buy, but you see the fresh cucumbers, cucumber 黄瓜 cucumber 黄瓜。You see the fresh cucumbers. The cucumbers are fresh. 新鲜 fresh. 新鲜 fresh. So now we know 黄瓜很新鲜 is the situation. 黄瓜很新鲜 is the situation, and then you decide to buy it, and you can say what? To buy cucumber. So it's 就买黄瓜吧，就买黄瓜吧。It's the cucumbers are fresh, and so let's buy cucumbers. 黄瓜很新鲜，就买黄瓜吧。黄瓜很新鲜，就买黄瓜吧。So this is the 就 So indicates a conclusion or a resolution made on the basis of what's being mentioned previously. Okay, next one. The next one is a modal adverb 还 a modal adverb 还 So as an adverb before an adjective. So it's an adverb. So we put it before adjective or a verb. So the basic structure is 还 at the adjective. So the 还 means the possibly or fairly or not bad. So 还 as adjective, this structure means that something is possible or acceptable. So it means it's not by something acceptable but not perfect. Something acceptable but not perfect, and we can use a 还 at the adjective. 还 as adjective. Okay, so let's see. So we can have the 还好，还可以，还行，还不错。Okay, so we can say 好 is good, right? So we say 还好 is not bad, not bad. 还好，可以 is good, 可以 is good. 还可以 is not bad, possibly or just possible. 还行 is good, it's okay. 行 is okay. 还行 is not very satisfied, but okay. 不错 is pretty good. 不错还不错 pretty good. 还不错 is not bad. 还不错。 So it expresses the moderate, slightly positive degree, not very satisfied, but okay, high. Okay, for example, let's see the example sentence. So there is a conversation. 1. 你身体怎么样？身体怎么样？身体 is the body. So in this sentence, it indicates the health. So how's your health? How's your health? 你身体怎么样？你身体怎么样？怎么样 ？How? So the B answer is 还好，还好 ，not bad, not bad， 还好 not bad， 还好。So we can say how are you? 你好吗？你好吗？So sometimes we just say 我很好 I'm good 我很好 or if you're not so good you can say 还好还好 Okay, so this means your health is not very good but it's okay so you can answer 还好还好 So next conversation 这件衣服大吗？大。衣服 clothes. Is this shirt big? Is this clothes big? Is this clothes big? 这件衣服大吗？ So the answer is 还行。还行。It's okay. It's okay. 还行。It's okay. 还行。不太大。不太大。Not too bad. Not too big. Not too big. Not too big. 还行。不太大。还行。不太大。So now I have a question for you. What do you think of this? 妈的，你给我翻译出来啊！神经病吧！ Okay, so now I have a question for you. So first one, what do you think of this restaurant? What do you think of this restaurant? 你觉得这家餐厅怎么样？ What do you think? 你觉得？你觉得这家餐厅怎么样？ What do you think of this restaurant? Okay, if you think it's not bad, it's okay. So how do you answer this? So we can use the 还 So we can say not bad 还好 or 还不错 or 还可以 It's okay 还可以 Okay, so you can answer like this. Okay, another one. So, what do you think of this photo? What do you think of this photo? What do you think of this photo? And you can use a 还 to answer this question. We can say 还好还不错 or 还可以 and you can use this to answer this question. What do you think of this photo? 你觉得这张照片怎么样？ Okay, this is a 还 So it means that something is possible or acceptable. And usually we use this 还好还不错 or 还可以 Okay, continue. Okay, let's see the last grammar point. The last grammar point 有点儿 or we can say 有一点 a little bit 有点 and 有一点 they have the same meaning, and usually we usually the usually can be the e can be omitted usually. 有点 or 有一点。So the 有点 is followed by an adjective. Is followed by an adjective or a verb indicates the speaker's negative mood or complaint. So this structure usually expresses something that doesn't meet your expectation, often a slightly negative feeling. So for example, 裤子有点长。裤子有点长，长 is means long. So the pants are a bit too long. So these pants don't fit your requirements, right? These pants don't fit your requirements. So you can say 有点长，裤子有点长。Okay, next one. 鞋子 shoes 大 big. So 鞋子有点大 the shoes are a bit too big. So we can say the shoes don't fit your requirements, right? Don't fit your requirements. So we use 有点长 or 有点大。And another one, 今天天气有点冷 it's cold. 今天 today 天气 weather today's weather. It's a bit cold today. So not the most comfortable temperature, right? It's not the most comfortable temperature. And it's a bit cold today. 今天天气有点冷 And I also can say it's a bit hot today. 今天天气有点热 今天天气有点热 Okay, the last one. 我昨天有点累。我昨天 yesterday. 我昨天 we can add the 有点 as adjective. Do you know the 累 is tired. So I was a bit tired yesterday. So for the tired, it expresses a negative feeling, right? It's to express a negative feeling. So sometimes we don't add the positive adjective or the positive verb. So we just add the words. The words expresses a negative feeling. Okay, for example, if I want to say the Chinese class is a bit difficult. And I can use the noun difficult. Difficult is a noun, right? So I can say I can use a 有点. So the Chinese class. 汉语课有点难。The Chinese class is a bit difficult. 汉语课有点难。So the next one, if I want to say the new phone. Do you know the new phone? The new 新 phone we have learned 手机 So 新手机 is a bit expensive.贵 So we can add the 有点新手机有点贵 Okay, so this is the last one. So let's read the example sentence. The first one, 裤子有点长，鞋子有点大。 鞋子有点大。So we know the 裤子 and the 鞋子 don't fit your requirements. Don't fit your requirements. 今天天气有点冷。今天天气有点热。It's not the most comfortable temperature. 有点冷 or 有点热。我昨天有点累。我昨天有点累。I was a bit tired yesterday. The tired expresses an active feeling. 汉语课有点难。汉语课有点难。新手机 the new phone. 新手机有点贵。新手机有点贵。Okay, so that's all for today's grammar. That's all for today's grammar. Let's continue. So let's continue with the second warm up. Let's continue to see the second warm up. Second warm up. So here we can see, look at the pictures and describe what they are doing and where they are doing it. What they are doing and where they are doing it. Okay, so for here we need to learn this preposition. We need to learn this grammar point. We need to know the preposition 在. The preposition 在. The 在. So it means in or on or at here. 在. So the 在 at a place. At a place indicates a location or position. Indicates a location or position. So this one, the 在 as a place, it forms an adverbial phrases. So which can modify a verb or an entire sentence. It expresses doing something. We can add a verb or a sentence or clause. So it expresses doing something, we're doing something, and at a particular place. At a particular place. So let's see, for example, the first one. 饭馆. Do you know what's the 饭馆? It's a restaurant. The restaurant. 饭馆 or 餐厅. 饭馆 or 餐厅. It's a place, right? So we can say 在饭馆. 在饭馆. At a restaurant. At a restaurant. And do what? Do what? So what we can do as a restaurant? So we can eat, have a dinner, right? 吃饭. So eat at the restaurant. 在饭馆吃饭. 在饭馆吃饭. So this phrase, we put it before the eat, before the verb. 在饭馆吃饭. 在饭馆吃饭. So, which picture we can choose? Yes, we can choose this one. This the fourth picture. They're eating as a restaurant. They're eating as a restaurant. 他们在饭馆吃饭. 在饭馆吃饭. Let's see the second. Coffee. So we know coffee is cafe, and the 咖啡馆is a cafe. Is a cafe. Cafe is a place, right? So we can add the 在咖啡馆. At the cafe, as a cafe. So you can drink coffee, right? You can drink coffee. So we can say 在咖啡馆喝咖啡. 喝咖啡. So drink coffee at the cafe, as a cafe. 在咖啡馆喝咖啡. Okay, let's see the next one. 学校. Okay, we know 学校 is a school. 学校. So 在学校. So what can you do at the school? So we can study, and we can see the example is the 考试. 考试 is take exams. 考试 take exam. 在学校考试 to take exam， 在学校考试。Or we can study at school, right? We can study at school. So 在学校学习，在学校学习。Okay, the last one. The last one, 商店。商店 is a shop. Shop, 商店 shop. So 在 at the 商店，在商店 at the shop or in the shop. So in the shop you can 买衣服。买衣服 is buy clothes. Buy clothes. 在商店买衣服。在商店买衣服 buy clothes in the shop. 在商店买衣服。So the first one 在饭馆吃饭。在饭馆吃饭 is a picture on the right. 在饭馆吃饭。在咖啡馆喝咖啡。在咖啡馆喝咖啡。So it's this one, right? 在咖啡馆喝咖啡。在学校考试 OK, is this one. 在学校考试。在商店买衣服 this one. 在商店买衣服。Okay, now I know now you're studying at home, right? You are studying at home. Study at home. We can say at home. 在什么 ？At home. 在家 at home. Study 学习。Study Chinese language, right? 在家学习汉语。So now you are study Chinese at home, right? So you can say 我在家学习汉语。You can say this. 我在家学习汉语。我在家学习汉语。Okay. Continue. Let's see the text. Text one. Let's listen to recording. Let's listen to recording. 听录音。
第5课，就买这件吧。Lesson 5. Take this one. 课文1，在家里。Text 1. At home. 晚上我们去饭馆吃饭怎么样？
我不想去外面吃，我想在家吃。
那你准备做什么呢？
就做你爱吃的鱼吧。
New words.
外面，准备，就，鱼，吧。
Okay, so this is text one. Let's see the new words first. The first one, outside. 外面 outside 外面 So I can say I'm outside.
课文2，
I'm outside.
在
我在外面。I'm outside. So when you're not at home and someone calls asking where you are, and you can say I'm outside, not at home. I'm outside, not at home. You can say 我在外面不在家 not at home 不在家 So when you're not at home and someone calls asking where you are, you can say I'm outside, not at home. 我在外面不在家我在外面不在家 Okay, next one.准备 intend to plan 准备 准备 to intend to plan 准备。So I plan to travel. 我准备去旅行。我准备去旅行。I plan to travel. 我准备去旅行。Okay, so next one. 就 is used to indicate a conclusion or resolution. 就 we just learned this adverb. 就 as a adverb 就 as an adverb to indicate a conclusion or resolution. Okay, 鱼 the next one. 鱼 fish 鱼 fish. So a fish is e. We use a middle word 条一条鱼 I love eating fish 我爱吃鱼 eat something I love eat something 我爱吃鱼 Okay, the next one. 八 So used as end of the sentence to make a suggestion. Used as end of sentence to indicate consultation, suggestion, request, or comment to make your sounds like the softer tone. Okay, so let's read together the new words. 外面我在外面 I'm outside 不在家 not at home 我在外面不在家准备我准备去旅行就鱼一条鱼我爱吃鱼八 Okay, let's see the text. So this text takes place at home. At home, 在家里 Okay, the A says 晚上 night Okay, 晚上 evening or night 晚上我们去饭馆吃饭饭馆 the restaurant. Let's go to a restaurant for dinner. 晚上我们去饭馆吃饭 and then we add the 怎么样 So here's the structure.怎么样 A statement. So here is a statement expressing an idea or suggestion, and plus 怎么样 how about 怎么样 to ask for the other person's opinion, to ask for the other people's opinion. So in this 晚上 let's go to a restaurant for dinner. 晚上我们去饭馆吃饭怎么样 So what do you think? Yes, we use this to ask for the other person's opinion. So let's see, the B will answer what? What will be answered? 我不想去外面吃。Okay? 想 is want. 不想 don't want. 我不想去外面吃。I don't want to eat out. To go outside and eat. 去外面吃，我不想去外面吃。我想 I want 我想在家吃。我想在家吃 I want eat at home. I want to eat at home. 我想在家吃。Okay, so for this structure and Can you translate this sentence? Let's go to Lake Malawi tomorrow. Let's go to Lake Malawi tomorrow. What do you think? What do you think? So just follow this structure. The statement is let's go to Lake Malawi tomorrow. Tomorrow we can put the time words at the beginning of the sentence. 明天我们 let's go to 去 the Lake Malawi. Lake Malawi, do you remember? 马拉维 Lake 湖 So let's go to Lake Malawi tomorrow. 明天我们去马拉维湖. So this is a statement. This is my suggestion, right? And I add the 怎么样? What do you think? How about 怎么样? How about going to Lake Malawi tomorrow? 怎么样? So, and you can just answer this question. So you want to go there or you don't want to go there, and you can just tell me. Okay? Continue. And continue. So the B don't want to eat out, right? And the B wants to eat at home. So the A continue to ask the question. 那你准备做什么呢？你准备做什么呢？ So what are you planning to cook? 你准备做什么呢？ So the B answer 就做你爱吃的鱼吧。就做你爱吃的鱼吧。Hey, I'm thinking of fish, your favorite. 就 So the B knows that, and the A really like the fish. So B decide to make the fish the A likes, to make the fish who the A likes. Okay, 就做你爱吃的鱼吧。你爱吃的 your favorite. Okay, now let's read together and read after me. 晚上我们去饭馆吃饭，怎么样？我不想去外面吃，我想在家吃。那你准备做什么呢？就做你爱吃的鱼吧。Okay, so and that's all for today's lesson. That's all I need you to learn in this lesson. So for the remaining time, I'd like to share one of China's intangible culture heritages, the 24 solar term. The 24. 24, 24, right? The solar term. 24节气 24节气 So this is one of the China's intangible culture heritages. Okay, and so in ancient China, the society was mainly agricultural, and the farming was the foundation of the national economy. So the 24 solar terms were created by Asian people based on the movement of the sun throughout the year. So they served as a guide for agricultural activities. They not only reflect the wisdom and the close observation of nature by Asian Chinese people, but also continue to influence Chinese lifestyle and the traditional culture. So I will show you a video to learn more about the 24 solar terms. So for this video, So this video based on the 24 solar terms and will take us on the journey through China's 4 seasons. So let's start with the first solar term. The first solar term. 立春 beginning of spring. Beginning. Of spring. Spring. 春 春天 beginning of spring. 立春 Okay.
Over 2,000 years ago, ancient Chinese scholars observed the changing patterns in our natural world, the climate, the turning of the seasons, and astronomy. These scholars measured and divided the sun's annual movements into 24 equal parts, creating the 24 solar terms, which was used to govern agriculture in ancient China. Even to this day, this invention still guides the lives and traditions of hundreds of millions of Chinese people. Every year, around February 4th, the Chinese people welcome the first solar term, the beginning of spring, wearing silk flags in their hair and tying carrots with red cords to the trees. All the villagers celebrate the very first night of spring together. Hello, my name is Dominic. I'm originally from the UK, but I came traveling to China almost 25 years ago, and I've stayed here ever since. In 2016, something called China's 24 solar terms was included on UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Now, as I mentioned before, I've been in China a long time, but I'd never heard of the solar terms before. What are the solar terms, and what significance do they have in today's China? 2,000 years ago, it was a simpler time. It would be eons before science would produce modern technological comforts that we enjoy today. But despite this simplicity, the Chinese of ancient times were highly observant, especially when it came to astronomical and atmospheric phenomena. Taking into account the changes in the shadows cast by the sun throughout the year, along with the lengths of the days and nights, they charted and divided the annual motion of the sun into 24 equal segments. Each segment is one solar term, and the full cycle of 24 solar terms repeats itself year in and year out. Once this cycle was conceived, the ancient Chinese were allowed to clearly plan their year in advance, especially when it came to agriculture. Is there any use for the solar terms today? Are the 24 solar terms still a concept that are being passed down to other generations? With these questions in mind, I embarked on a journey into the unknown. Hsk-2-lesson is the first destination on my mission to understand the solar terms. Located in the mountainous and undulating landscape of southwest China's Guizhou province, Shiqian has numerous waterways that wind their way through its rugged mountain landscape. 12 ethnic minorities number among the 460,000 people who call this place home. The area's unique traditional culture and its road system don't make it the easiest place for a tourist, but they certainly contribute to an authentic, incomparable ambience. In my experience, any attempt to quickly grasp on a city's history, culture and customs should start with a visit to a local museum. I arrive in Shiqian Museum hoping to find traces of the 24 solar terms. There are countless examples of traditional crafts, art and folk culture on display at the Shiqian Museum. But as younger generations increasingly seek their fortunes farther afield, many of these traditions may be fated to exist only in a museum. One particular folk culture tradition, however, is luckily still being practiced today. 说春.
事情现2017年世界非遗说春仪式现在开始。
Li Chun, or the beginning of spring, as it is known, is the first of the 24 solar terms. It marks the starting point on the wheel of the 4 seasons, when the world is all revived. In Shiqian, every year on Li Chun, the ancient custom of spring announcer begins. The people who play a central role in the gathering and its associated ceremonies are known as the spring announcers. They are the ambassadors of spring. In the past, farmers counted on spring announcers to announce the arrival of spring and the beginning of spring plowing. Feng Wanming is admired in his county. He continues to carry the torch of his ancestors as the 4th generation spring announcer.
...24个节气，每一个月催老百姓做活路，哪个月该做南活路，哪个月该做个南活路。今天立春，我们这个说春的来源就是从唐朝时候李世民他这个皇帝打到这个地方来办事回朝过后，才问我们要个南关，所以我们祖先就有个子孙关。子孙关就是春关。
Feng is at his busiest each year on the 10 days before and after Li Chun. At this time, he walks the streets and goes from house to house to announce the arrival of spring in order to ensure everybody knows that it's time to start ploughing. But announcing the beginning of spring isn't that simple. Essential tools and cultural artifacts like spring calendars, seals, and carved spring oxen need to be prepared in advance. Spring calendars are carved onto wooden blocks and contain the 24 solar terms and applicable farming information for each term. Spring cattle are sculpted from wooden blocks.
这个水牛，
水牛，
是你弄的，师傅？真好。
哎，你很什么？要耕田，老百姓吃饭就靠它。
这个就是到时候出去 说春，
哎，
就得带上这个。
哦，就是讲他了吧？
方师傅在这儿又开了一个出版社，是吧？你在不停地在印刷，是吧？
这个春地的意思就是说，一年四季，越大越小，啊，至少24个节气，哪个月下种，哪个月怎样，啊，哪个月好潮，每一个月都有它的意义了吧？哎，就是这样就，对，哎，翻过去就摆到那边了。
Oh, it's the most beautiful calendar ever. 怎么样？
可以，可以，
好。
The spring teller was an occupation authorized by the emperor in ancient China. A hat and gown signifying their rank was their uniform, representing their status and level of knowledge.
我做一个第一个老外的春晚。
很棒。
Everything is ready, but before setting out, Feng pays his respects to heaven, earth, and his ancestors. He seeks the blessing of his work and looks to empower his chanting to benefit the farmers. The Chinese use joyful colors in farming ceremonies, showing their respect and appreciation of nature. Oxen have helped Chinese farmers for nearly 3,000 years. With this in mind, the Chinese also have a custom in which they show respect to cattle. One of the activities associated with spring chanting is for the spring announcer to stir the paper-made cattle using colored wooden sticks. This is meant to rouse the cattle from their subdued winter state and encourage the farmers to prepare for spring ploughing. After the ceremony, the real cattle are also warmed up. The strongest cattle in the county begin to set out on their first foray into the fields under the command of the most experienced farmer, signalling the start of a new year of working on the land. Spring ploughing is a top priority for farmers. My task now is to follow Feng from door to door to announce the beginning of spring. Every year at the beginning of spring, Feng Wanming traverses the mountainside and visits all the villages around Shiqian. He will typically greet more than 30 families every day. A more appropriate name for this practice should be spring singing, as the words are actually sung out loud rather than chanted.
春在山崖中，铁对的走，对的走，身看高矮上，高矮上，挂金锅钱，三相公。
我自己印的日历，恭喜发财，
恭喜发财。
Sowing at the right time is essential for reaping a good harvest. The essence of a spring teller's lyrics are the 24 solar terms. These include the terms for weeding, the term for sowing, and the terms for harvesting. Feng knows his intricate solar term lyrics by heart.
财发人血，人发千口，国发万代，辈子千声长挂吉祥哦。
But the lyrics are not written in stone, and he occasionally ad-libs his lyrics and wings it, with improvised blessings tailored to different situations and conditions for every different family. Feng spreads cheer to all that welcome him. Nobody wants to miss out on a blessing to kick off the year.
喝一杯一定发财哈！
对呀，俺的罗地下小衙门，是啊，玉的把小妹的亲啊来，大妹的黄一来了又啊忙，杨有的老爱来的又啊忙，没叫的黄啊，不为黄啊。
There is a strict time frame for chanting spring. 10 days after Li Cun, the practice is over for that year. Feng then goes home and rests for a while, rewarded with tribute money.
这是我家，
这完全是新的啊！
那边我后门，
好大好大，
就是啊，
几层？3层。那你们全家都住这儿呢？几个人呢
？6口人。
也不少。
嗯。
哇！
哎，走。
新家的样子。
嗯，
真好。这你什么时候搬进来的？
在5年前。
有5年前。
嗯。
小朋友是谁呢？这帅哥。
大的孙子，孙媳妇。
嗯。刚结婚。
啊，刚结婚。
刚结婚。你一年能挣多少钱？
我。
对。
我现在挣不到钱了。
他每年收春要赚很多钱。
啊，你看，
是
他都说的呢。
交春前10天，后10天，20天，一天100块钱，2000块钱。
谁给你钱呢？
主人家。
主家嘛，我们到每家每户去收春，他要
到你家讲，
他就给你钱。最多的一家还大概能给你多少钱？
有的都给了100多。
Chanting spring provides a good source of income for the spring announcers. These payoffs encourage spring announcers to pass on this tradition. The Chinese believe that spring is a key time of year, and whether or not the year will be a success depends on a good start in spring. Solar terms to Chinese farmers are about more than simply timing. They are a representation of a natural cultural heritage. When farmers start the spring ploughing, Feng's job is done. He stores the tools and props in his old house on the mountainside.
你唱这首歌，你是从什么时候开始呢？
从5、6岁就开始学起，我们的父母亲就教起，大多数传男不传女。
我还挺喜欢你这种老房。
是嘛？这是我自己做的嘛，这些都是我自己装的嘛。
你什么时候盖的
？55年前。
55年前。
18岁。
那你就算一个木工了。
哎，是个木工嘛。
是吧？那以前你是靠木工来挣钱？
扣木工。
是吧？
关键是扣木工，要花5块一天。
5块钱。一天。
哎，要花5块一天。
那你现在做这个？
现在就随便做就是200块一天的工资啊！
你现在做这个锁春，到李村就忙。
哎，对。
就该唱歌啊等等。是吧？
是的。
你这海报我喜欢。这个海报你是？
这是几十年前的哟。
几十年前。
啊。
好美这个。我们这个老外就喜欢这个。这个呢？这是什么？
是蓑叶。这个农村干活，天上一下雨，就要背在背上啊。干活的时候遮雨衣吧。现在嘛有雨衣，过去那个时候就是这个，就子没得雨衣，这是老古董啊。我不能丢失啊。
不能丢失。但这房子也不能丢，它一直在这呢。
哎呦，娃娃些孙子些，他们不要了，是他们的事情。
对。
Since most young people from the countryside are moving to bigger cities to seek their fortunes these days, a lot of these old traditions are not being carried on. To help pass this tradition on, the local government here has set up a spring chanting class at Hsk-2-lesson Primary School. Feng tells me that every year 2 graduates will join the spring telling team to pass on the tradition and knowledge of chanting spring and the 24 solar terms. I believe the reason why this tradition has been carried on for thousands of years is the Hsk-2-lesson people's age-old dependence on the land and their deep respect for nature. Their understanding of nature and the solar terms continues to help nourish the tranquil countryside and industrious farms of Hsk-2-lesson.
Okay, so that's all for today, for today's class, and thank you for listening. 再见，再见。